And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by their... who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson. First play, Wilson wants to throw it. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple on 4th and 3rd down.
And that's knocked away and incomplete. They run. It's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Wilson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now Wilson. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Here we go with Williams. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
I don't believe that that was called right here in the moment. I believe this was called during practice this week, that he was going to decide to be aggressive even on his own side of the field.
Just you mean because it's the opening drive? Maybe they had this scripted?
I think that he just talked about it with his team and said, listen, I'm confident in you. If we end up in this situation, we'll go for it early just to set a tone in this game.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The Broncos had 14-2 heading into this final week. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down, Williams. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 53 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He'll find Sutton on the right side complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 2nd and 1 from the 2. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are on the board first here in Vegas. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 7-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Throwing on first down is Carr. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Randy Gregory from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And he can't get away. Carr is going to go down, and that is a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Pulled in at the 24. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
After 1, it's 9-0. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Wilson. Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Like somebody thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. To throw again is Wilson. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think he might have had it right. He wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and that'll keep this a 9-point game. So an 8-play drive gets them down there, but play number 9, that winds up a missed field goal.
And they definitely moved the ball well. That's a drive where you hate to come away with nothing.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Carr now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver Broncos back out there. Former Tar Heel Javonte Williams, we shine the spotlight on him. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down to the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Got a man. It's Judy complete. And he is going to have a Broncos 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They give it to Williams, running right. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he overshot it there. It's incomplete.
Coach Keenan, since that last completion his way, he earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. The offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, it may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride in the offense this go around. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. I give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos. And now a low liner, I think he mishit it. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far in 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuegbunam. And he is going to have a Broncos first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. It's a gain of 17 that time, and it'll be good for a Denver first down. Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Play action. It's Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. Second down and goal. Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Albert Okuegbunam. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes this a 9-point game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Denver touchdown.
Brandon McManus, the kickoff for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense heading back for one final first half drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Carr. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Completes it again to Gage. Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And he fields it cleanly. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this one is incomplete. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA. Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. That's caught inside the 20.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. And you normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
Now a 1st down carry, it's Williams. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They go play action with Wilson. Caught on the slant. Touchdown.
Greg Dulcich
from 10 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
McManus now for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays.
And a Greg Dulcich touchdown reception finished that drive off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Takes it at the 7.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it's second down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run-supported. I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They find some open field here. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. Nice move at the 40. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they top 30.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They go play action now. Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Then their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a 1st carry for their fullback. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
The give to the fullback on the dive. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Andrew Beck with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. A 15-point game now. You make the extra point, and that means on the other side you need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. That's a pretty tall order here in the fourth quarter.
Agreed, because they really needed to come up with a stop there, and even if it was just to hold them to a field goal. Now they need to pull out the lucky horseshoe because they've got to get an onside kick, and we've seen nowadays those are incredibly difficult to come by.
And not to mention they got to get the touchdown and a 2-point conversion first.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run.
Brendan McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
4 yards on the pickup.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Carr.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Blesson Austin. And the Broncos are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Again, it's Williams. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 42. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Jeudy, 33 yards. And the Broncos have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. Las Vegas's offense back out there ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be. And he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 174 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run it again with Williams. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll hand it off now, Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. This was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for the Broncos, they finished the regular season with another win. They're 15th against just 2 losses. And now they'll have the week off as they get set.
football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Browns and the reigning Super Bowl champs, and it's coming up next.
As far as home field advantages go in the playoffs, there are few places tougher on a visiting team than this one. Sold out in Power Field at Mile High in Denver. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game. And we've got a great one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it. In the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2. But his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game now.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Slot under pressure again, and down he goes again. Randy Gregory in there to drop him at sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. To throw is Watson. Buying time to his left. Randy Gregory. 2 plays in a row now that he has got in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
CD, there are 3 and outs, and then there are 3 and outs. The first drive of the game, not 1, not 2, but 3 straight sacks.
You're exactly right about that, and sometimes
Nathaniel Hackett apparently disagrees with the ruling on the field, and he's going to challenge this one. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining.
The Browns send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And taken at the 46. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson. Now Wilson on 1st down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tim Patrick, 36 yards. And the Broncos are on the board first here in this Division I matchup. Well, we knew they had a crowd on their side. The defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you got the crowd involved fully on this ball game.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded right around the 8. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, they're on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round of the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
Becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A good pickup there at 22. Now a first down throw. Watson forced out to his left.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It's sacked by Robert Darby, coming from the corner.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him up.
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and the deficit will stay at 2 field goals.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and 11 a yard. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect it with his legs for that first down pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give to Williams, running right. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Play action. Now Wilson steps away. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3-yard line, got to love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Russell Wilson keeping it himself on the quarterback sneak as his guys are able to extend their lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, and all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead now stands at 13. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Watson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. They've got his man, complete. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, 82 yards.
And the Browns have got it back to within a score.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 13-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it's Amari Cooper who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. From the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Denver's offense now set to go. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments preventable.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch.
Pass interference. Defense.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
That good for 19 and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams taking it in from 2 yards out. And they're able to add on to their advantage. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell me you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
A quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 36. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
Get it together.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. On the give, this is their fullback. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
To throw is Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further.
So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile we do have an injured player.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This 4th and final matchup on this divisional round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC divisional round game. And it's the Cincinnati Bengals who are moving on as they were able to eliminate the Buffalo Bills. On to a look at the next.
A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson to throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Broncos come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays.
And Cortland Sutton able to finish things off with the touchdown reception.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. Now Watson. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Now a throw. They're going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Aaron Browning, the one who brought him down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 39 yards.
And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Broncos about set to go on offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Play action. It's Wilson.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Here's Sam Martin now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll be out right at the 35. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Watson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Browns. yards. Amari Cooper with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Browns get a bit closer.
Point after try forthcoming. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot. Up 2 scores here in the third quarter.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll find some space up to about the 25.
59 yards on the ground for him so far.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Maybe the threat of Russell Wilson running the football there and him handing it off opened a little bit of a lane.
It does, and what also helps, his unselfishness. Because he's not a quarterback who's going to take it every time and pull it from the running back and keep it. He will hand it inside when the reads are correct.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. On 2nd down, Williams. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed. It's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And some room to work. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's able to get it down at 2 yards. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown.
Javonte Williams,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Broncos are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Cleveland offense making their way out. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 24, Watson. Here's Chubb, back-to-back catches for him. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. Watson now to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To the air yet again. Watson steps away to his left. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. Here's Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Here's Watson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
From the red zone now, Watson. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have? Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to have it here as they start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, and that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. 140 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams.
Tackle made that time by Aleem McNeil.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he's got room. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 38 yards on the scamper there. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense. defense able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Wilson wants to throw it. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
The Broncos going to continue on as we say so long, everybody, and thanks for watching.